Welcome to the 2023 Western Minnesota Steam Threshers Reunion. These are just some of the many stories told by the military veterans who have served this country.
Hi, my name is Renee Sanis-Prusa from Fargo originally. I was raised in Fargo, but I've been wandering since after college. I joined the Navy. It was during Vietnam. Brothers of friends and friends were going to Vietnam. I was in nursing school, a junior. They needed nurses, so I decided to sign up. And I did not choose the Air Force because I know I'd be stationed in Minot or Grand Forks. So I joined the Navy to see the world. And I was stationed with the Marines in Camp Pendleton and in Taiwan for a year and a half, and then in Oakland, California. So I was about 6 years active duty, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm thankful I was able to be of service to the country. So yeah, a Navy nurse, and I enjoyed the Navy very much. I'd recommend it. Yeah.
And are you just visiting ROLLAG?
My first time here, first time to ROLLAG, yeah. So I haven't lived in North Dakota for 50 years. So I'm back visiting, and I had an opportunity to come, so I thought I'd come and check it out. Check out your caramel rolls and milkshakes. So I'm here and with a friend, and we're enjoying it. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Nancy Jones, and I'm from Fargo, and I was in the Army active duty at High Desert, Fort Belknap, Fort Irwin, and I was, and then I joined the reserves in Minneapolis, 5501, and I was a medic, 91 Bravo, and I loved being in the Army. It was just great. I joined right before I turned 35. And I delayed an entry for January, where my brother was getting married at the end of March, so I said, I can't join you until so the one weekend was a wedding, a big wedding in a big city, and the next was carrying my duffel bag. And the reason I come here to the ROLLAG is, and I haven't been here for 20 years, I bet, but I remember this is where I first tasted rumagrat. I love it. And oh my gosh, and the fry bread I learned to like when I was teaching Indians in Montana. So that's about it. And so I was a medic at Fort Irwin.
Okay, my name is Arlie Clementson. I'm originally from Ulen, Minnesota. I live in Lyle, Minnesota right now. And I've been coming to this Steam Threshers Reunion ever since they started. And I wouldn't miss it at all. I'm just happy to be still alive at age 92, and I'll be coming here for the next 10 years. So, and I was in the Air Force during the Korean campaign, war, whatever they call it. But anyway, I didn't get over to Korea. I got as far as Hawaii, so I had the tough duty. But anyway, it's been a great life and a great adventure to come back to this area to see all the people. This is great. Thank you.
Yeah, my name is Charlie Gross. I'm from Detroit Lakes. I was in the United States Navy from 1982 until 1997. I retired 16 and a half years in the Navy, and yeah, kind of an interesting career. I was an aviation electrician, but I really didn't want to be on a carrier, so I went into P3 aircraft, which are sub-hunters. The C-130s that the Marines use, same engines, but they're upside down on the P3 aircraft. So yeah, I retired after 16 and a half years in the military, never was on a ship. It's just incredible. The only ship that I was on is, I went to a Black Shoe in Pensacola. I went to Black Shoe School, and they said, "You've never been on a ship? Here, come on, I'll show you my ship." And it was probably as wide as this building. So yeah, it was a destroyer, so it was pretty, anyway, that was the only ship I was ever on, really. So, but yeah, I spent some time in Okinawa and northern Japan, and I remember one time, well, I was a full-time reservist. So I remember one time we got to northern Japan for our debt, and we had just got there. The pilots were chomping at the bit to get out, and so they jumped in, they did their downtime, they jumped in the plane, and then they headed out over northern Japan. That's where we were at, and they caught a Russian sub on the top of the water coming out of the straits, and then they followed them until they could spend, P3 could spend 12 hours on station, and then they had enough fuel to get back to their home base. So they were out there as long as they could, and then they were relieved by these young guys with these new updated P3s, and they lost that Russian sub in just a very short period of time, and our guys were so mad, you know. And some of these air crews in the reserve, they've been flying together for decades. They knew what their body odor smelled like, you know, and they were just a well-oiled machine. And most people think, yeah, them reservists. Oh no. And I didn't know this until later on in my career, but almost 50% of the people on a carrier are reservists. So they're not just active duty that are manning those carriers. It's a lot of reservists. Anyway, so then our guys, after they did their downtime again, they were all angry, and then they got back in their plane and they went out and they caught that Russian sub way down by the Philippines. So a lot of good stuff. I retired 16 and a half years in the military, and so the Lord tailor-made Charlie Gross's career just for me. I just have to give him the glory, because not many Navy people can say that they've had a wonderful career and a family and children and have it all work out. Oh, ROLLAG, oh boy. I was just thinking about that when I came up here this year, and my wife and I just celebrated our 39th anniversary, and we've been coming here ever since we've been married. So it's well over 39 years. So it's amazing. And now for a long time, I brought my draft horses here and gave rides down at the farmstead, you know, and then my wife was always looking for a place to do her craft, which is dyeing material with natural flowers and different things. And my good friend Wally Rodewald and I, we built a cabin down in the Pioneer Village so she could do her craft there. So in the last couple years now, she's been in Corpus Christi taking care of her elderly parents and hasn't been able to make it. So my daughter has been in the cabin doing things down there, and it's just amazing. And you know, it's actually kind of interesting, because in the valley, we finally got a mayor. So the mayor says, Charlie says, I mean, you have tents here, you have camper here, you got, how are we going to work this out? Are all of your kids members? And some of them weren't, but they are now. You know, and it's just amazing, because now all of my grandchildren, all of our grandchildren were here this year, except one. So it's just, this has been a family ordeal for forever. And it's just, I mean, the kids, they'll hear something and, well, it sounds like ROLLAG, or that smell. It smells like ROLLAG. Dad, it smells like ROLLAG. You know, and here it's the kitchen wood stove going, you know, but Dad, it smells like ROLLAG. And it's just, yeah, this is a very unique place.
And thank them for their service to this country. If you'd like to share these stories, please do so by clicking on the share button below.